Hi guys, this is John from Walton's, and this is Meatgistics University Meat Processing Equipment Walton's Vac Sealer Buying Guide. So, two of our new Walton's vacuum sealers are finally here. We have one model that's a chambered vacuum sealer and one that's a chamberless vacuum sealer. Now, we also have a smaller chamberless machine being made for us, but that won't be here for a couple months at least. Now, the purpose of this video is to show you which style of Walton sealer is right for you. First, let's go over the basics of the two styles of vacuum sealers. Now, this is a chambered machine. It's called that because the entire bag with your food in it goes inside this chamber. The air is then pumped out of the chamber through a nozzle in the back of the unit. Now, the air is pumped back into the machine and the bag is sealed, giving you a perfectly sealed food item that's good for extremely long storage. Now, this is what's often called a chamberless machine, and its name is a bit of a misnomer. It does have a chamber here, and just the opening of the bag goes into this little mini chamber. The air is then sucked out of that chamber and it's pulled out of the bag. The bag is then sealed and the vacuum in this little mini chamber is released so you can open the lid and remove your bag. So what are the advantages to a chambered machine? Well, in our mind, there are four of them, and the biggest ones are the cost of the bags, the quality of the seal, the overall lifespan of the unit, and the ability to vacuum seal products with lots of liquid in them. Now, the bags for a chambered machine are made from perfectly smooth plastic that's already sealed on three sides and has no texture. Now, that makes them a lot less expensive than the chamberless bags. In fact, the cost difference is so drastic that depending on the amount you use, the difference in the cost of the machine can be made up in just a year or two. Take 8x12 bags, for example. The chambered bags are 6 cents a bag. The chamberless bags are 25 cents a bag. Now, that might not seem like a huge difference, but if you extrapolate that to like 1,000 bags, you're talking around $200. Now, because the bags are smooth, they have less rigidity to them. So when coupled with the increased power of the pump, your bag will allow more air to be pulled from the bag and it's going to form tighter to the food. Now, the chamber unit also is going to generally have a longer life cycle than the chamberless unit. Now, it's true that when handled properly, the chamberless units should give you many years of reliable service. But the fact that they're sucking moisture into the chamber greatly increases the possibility of an accident happening and liquid damaging the machine. The chambered machine also allows you to seal liquid easily. You can actually watch water boil in the bag as you pull the vacuum, as water boils in a vacuum. And still, you'll get a perfect seal without any damage to your machine. So with all those advantages to a chambered machine, why would someone choose a chamberless machine? Turns out there are a few valid reasons to go with this style. First, the cost. Now, right now, the Walton's chambered machine is about 2.5 times the price of the Walton's 12-inch Pro vacuum sealer. Now, if you're the occasional processor or hunter, and you're not going to use the machine daily or at least weekly, you might never use up enough bags to make up the cost difference. Remember, these bags are more expensive than the smooth bags that we can use in just the chambered machine. Now, the chamberless machine also does have a speed advantage over the chambered machine. To pull a maximum level vac seal on a chambered machine, we're looking somewhere around 45 seconds. For this chamberless machine, we're looking at about 10 seconds. So if you add that up, it can actually be quite a difference in time. Now, those are the general features of each style. Let's talk more specifically about the Walton's brand. To start, you're going to get a 5mm wide seal to ensure that your food stays vacuumed. The seal bar on the chambered machine is over 10 inches long, so anything that's 10 inches or smaller can be used in this machine. Now, the chamber's 15.5 inches long, so 11 inches wide, and it's about 5 inches deep. It does have this curved bottom and a domed top that expands to give you that size. It's 110 volt, and the pump is 1100 watts, which is gonna pull just under 29.2 inches of mercury, which is actually incredibly high. It's as high as that rating goes. One of the coolest things that this vacuum sealer has is this little tiny clip right in front of the seal bar. You can use this to secure your bag into it, which is going to prevent the bag from slipping out from the seal as the air is being pumped out of the chamber. And this isn't a huge problem, but it can happen, especially when your bag is very full of bulky products. So this solves a problem that you probably didn't even know you might have. On its front panel, it's got the on-off button. If it's connected to a power source, it will display as off when it's powered off, and when it's on, it'll be ready to be used. The start button will activate the pump and begin to remove the air from the chamber. This will happen whether the chamber is closed or not, so make sure you hit start when the chamber is already closed or on its way down. The seal button activates the seal bar, and if hit while the pump is active, it will stop the pump from working and seal the bag. This can be useful if you don't want or need to pull a full vacuum on a product, or if you want to use that seal bar to make custom-sized vacuum bags. I use that when I have a long bag, but only have smaller items to vacuum seal. The stop button will stop the pump from running, and it'll prevent that seal bar from activating. So you're going to have an unsealed, unvacuumed bag in the chamber. This is useful when you realize you forgot to add all the items to the bag, or if you didn't use the clip and you notice that bag is sliding. The function button cycles between vacuum seal or marinade mode. Now the plus or minus buttons there are used to adjust the times of the seal or the marinade up and down. The marinade feature is useful as you can place chicken breast or any meat in a bag with the marinade you want to season it with. Use this feature, it'll pull a vacuum from the chamber and then leave it in there, allowing your seasoning cure or whatever you're using to penetrate your meat more efficiently. You can marinate from 9 to 99 minutes in time blocks of 9 minutes. The vacuum degree feature has 5 settings, from minimum, where you're just sealing something for short-term storage, or maximum, when you want to remove as much air as possible. It has an LED display to show you the vacuum degree or marinate in real time. This machine also has what is known as a dry pump. It's not run on oil like some other chamber machines we've had in the past. The advantage to a dry pump is that it will not require any maintenance like oil pumps. The downside is that it's not going to pull a full vacuum as quickly as an oil pump would. For what our home processors need, a dry pump makes more sense in our mind. The Walton's 12-inch Pro is a chamberless or mini chamber machine that can use bags up to 12 inches wide. It's got a timed cycle, so you can pull 20 inches of mercury in just a few seconds. Now, the pump in here is on a timer, not a vacuum level. So pulling that 20 is going to be the best you can pull, not 29.2 like this chamber machine. However, there's not much difference in the finished product, and for the normal person who's vac sealing something for a few weeks or a few months, it's not going to be an issue. An advantage of this machine is that you're going to get that seal in just about 6 seconds. That's how long it's going to take the chamber to pull all of its air out of the chamber and the bag. It then seals the bag and releases the vac so the chamber lid can be opened. It can also pulse vac, so if you're doing something delicate or need to be precise, this will run the pump in quick bursts. The nicest thing about this model though are these 2 buttons right here. We've got a start and a seal button right on the handle. So you can do everything one-handed. Just get your product set in there, close the lid, hit the start button, give it a gentle press down for a second. As soon as this vacuum is created, it will hold that lid down. You do not have to press down on it as you're going. Either let it run its full cycle, or when it's pulled the vacuum you're happy with, hit seal. The really nice thing about that is if you are vacuum sealing something that has liquid in the bag, you can watch as that liquid starts to get pulled up the bag almost into the chamber. If you hit seal before that happens, you have a very good chance of preventing any liquid from getting up into the bag. So, hunters, sometimes processors, people who don't use this daily, people who use it maybe every couple of weeks, this is a great machine for you. It's high quality, it's got lots of great features, and Walton's will stand behind it. If you're an everyday user, if you're one of our big meatgistics guys and you're making sausage all the time, you're hunting all the time, the chambered machine is really going to offer a better long-term value, especially when you factor in how much less expensive the bags are for this unit. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and visit waltonsinc.com and meatgistics.com to find everything but the meat. Thanks for watching. I'm John with Waltons, and I'll see you guys next time.
Subscribe to Walton's YouTube channel to check out more amazing videos. Shop at waltonsinc.com to find everything but the meat. Or watch more Hamtic videos by clicking here or by clicking here.